Thank you. We got, God, everyone's here. We got Counterpunch to you.
What's up, everybody? How we doing tonight?
What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Know. This is an all-star lineup, isn't it?
Who is this?
This is Kurt DeVille from Counterpunch.
Oh yeah, I know him. Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
So we got Lisa Bales, Kurt. We got Money. We got Blue Blood, I'm sure, and we got Fight Fan Figures, and you got me.
And Monty Brown.
Fight Fan Figures. Blue Blood Sports TV. Salute. What's up, brother?
What's going on with you, great brother?
Man, you got it. You got it. Man, we go back and forth, and it's time to do it again. The $50 million. The $50 million, AJ did say that. He did. He did say, if you give me $50 million, I'll fight you tomorrow. But do you remember the situation about the $50 million?
What situation?
I know you know all the details.
What situation?
Well, the situation was, it was supposed to have been Stephen Espinosa said that it was it was no British promoter available. So they had to have a British promoter to tie that in to that deal, right? And Frank Warren said that he was that guy. He was that silent partner, which Stephen Espinosa didn't know what he was talking about. You don't remember that?
You're talking about the BT Sky Sports situation?
Right, exactly. So if you were AJ, what would you do? Would you break a contract that you just signed with Sky Sports to take $50 million on a deal that you already signed for 3 years?
He getting ready to do it right now, right?
I mean, that's what, for $50 million?
They all do it. Floyd Mayweather did it, right? With Manny Pacquiao. The networks come together. All the networks come together to work together.
Well, that was a merging situation, but with BT, he would have to drop Sky Sports because they were only going to air it on BT Sports, not Sky.
But if he gonna air it, the network's gonna have to do something because you're talking about two different dudes that's on two different networks and two different promoters.
Right.
So
right.
even if he fought, the only ties was that Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren don't get along, right? Because BT and Sky Sports get ready to work together for Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, for 500 million pounds. But who wouldn't do that though? That's just
says who?
Allegedly.
Says who?
Says who what?
500 million pounds.
Right. I mean, that's what was said. That's
above Floyd Mayweather Pacquiao numbers.
Pacquiao, right.
Well, that's for two. Well, hold on. That's for 2 fights, not for one. So it's not for one fight. It's for 2 fights. So you got to split that in half. So it's basically in the middle, and you're getting 250 million pounds. What is that? What, 280? Almost 300 million piece? I don't know the pound.
Give it take.
Help me out on that, but it's supposed to be a massive number. So yeah, shit, who wouldn't do that?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But if it doesn't matter. If you put that number out there, that's on you. You put the number out there. He could have said 100 million. He could have said 150 million. He said 50 million. Give me 50 million and I'll sign tomorrow. But Blue, and then guess what? When I saw Eddie Hearn, when I saw Eddie Hearn in Manhattan here in New York, and I asked him about it, he said, "Oh, that's just a guy from Alabama. We got to make sure it's real, so on and so forth." Then they confirmed that it was real. Then Anthony Joshua's story changed. Well, I have this endorsement, that endorsement, this contract, that contract. You said, give me $50 million, I'll make it happen tomorrow. That's not Deontay Wilder's fault. That's your fault. Who you got to pay and what you got to do after that is on you.
What did AJ say?
Even Eddie said the money was real, Blue. Even Eddie confirmed it.
And what did Anthony Joshua say? Anthony Joshua said, I'm flattered that they will offer me such a number.
He said, let's roll. And Deontay Wilder said, hey, if you're a man of your word and you accept this money, he
said, let's roll, right?
Let's roll.
And then he did the interview with Coogan, and he said, I'm flattered that they even offered me that. So we know it was real. So my thing is this, right? Even if he had to work it out, figure it out. I mean, we brought, think about this.
Mm-hmm.
We in the States.
Right.
Sky Sports and BT is just like HBO and Showtime.
Yeah, HBO used to be. Right.
They came together to make Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. If they could come together and do that, they could have came together and did this for Undisputed. But the goalposts kept changing, right? It was okay, well, if I accept that offer, then I got to fight in the States. Then he ended up fighting in the States anyway.
Yep. Yeah, he came a year later. Yeah, he came.
Why did he come to the States, bro? Because Wilder and Fury and Wilder did something that was leaving his ass behind a little bit. Eddie Hearn had to keep up.
And Fury called him out. Fury said, if you're gonna be a global star, then you're gonna have to go to the United States. That's it. But what did Anthony Joshua say? He said, why do I have to leave outside the UK? Why is it a unwritten rule that all the big fights have to happen in the US? If I owe it to the fans in the UK to have this Undisputed match on UK soil. So Deontay Wilder have to come over here. The people don't know. The holdup for that was what? Eddie Hearn refused to give Deontay Wilder a rematch clause. Deontay Wilder said, I'll take $12 million flat. Give me $12 million flat. As long as in the rematch, I'm the A side. Eddie Hearn said no.
That was one of those negotiations. There was many. But the 12.5, he denied it initially. Because this shit has been going on for a long time between those two.
Initially, he denied it, but then he said, okay, I'll make it happen. I just want to get his ass in the ring. They wouldn't give him the rematch clause. Then Eddie Hearn came back to the negotiation table. Well, we'll give you 15 million. Remember that? So Deontay said, okay, 15, I'll take 15, but I still want the rematch clause to be in my favor, as anybody would.
Well, the problem with Joshua and Deontay Wilder, I think the egos for both guys. And if you look at Deontay Wilder, if you look at his fight purses before then, they were nowhere near 12.5. So I don't know why he turned that down. That was my initial problem with Deontay. But
it wasn't the money though. It wasn't the money. It was the rematch clause because he was the champion. He was the champion longer than Joshua. So it was the fact that it was the principle. After I beat you and I become undisputed, right? And this is, we know, as the heavyweights go, so goes the sport of boxing. So I beat you. I'm the man. I'm undisputed, right? And now in the rematch, I gotta take 12 million again, and I'm the A side.
Well, that's the beauty of it. He should have took the fight. Why when he Hold on. This is what I'm saying. Deontay Wilder should have took the fight just to get the fight into the ring, so he wouldn't be tied to a rematch clause and had that same shit that Andy Ruiz had to go through. You remember what he went through when he beat Joshua? Then he went through hell getting an increase. Shout out to Al Heyman for getting him that increase. But if he would have fought that one fight, he would have had a bigger bargaining tool. You see what I'm saying?
Right, but no, what I'm saying is, but he would have took a flat fee. That's unheard of in a fight like that. So he would have took a flat fee. Yes, it is. A flat fee, a low number like that. You're talking about $100 million fight, and he's gonna take a $12 million flat fee. Nothing, no incentives, no pay-per-view numbers, nothing on the back.
That never happened though. That never happened before in the history of boxing.
Who did it?
Lennox Lewis did it. The same guy that was bragging
against who?
Took 10 million. He took 10 million flat to fight Holyfield the first time when he came over and got robbed. He took 10 million flat. Right?
And they had a rematch clause.
And what happened?
Hold on, they had a rematch clause.
But what happened though? He took it.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. They didn't want to give Deontay Wilder a rematch clause, bro. Lennox Lewis had a rematch clause.
But
Deontay Wilder, listen to what you're saying. Deontay Wilder was going to take the 12. He was going to take the 12 like Lennox Lewis did. He just wanted the rematch clause like Lennox Lewis had. They didn't want to give him the rematch clause.
Right. And I know Lennox Lewis was trying to do something that he didn't get. I get that. But at the end of the day, if you got confidence in yourself and you know you to be side of those equations, we didn't make that up. Joshua didn't make that up. Mayweather did. He brought the A side platform to the world of boxing. He did that. And whatever he said went. Who did?
He didn't. No, he didn't. Sugar Ray Robinson. Sugar Ray Robinson started that, bro.
Sugar Ray Robinson started that. Sugar Ray Robinson would change the price. He would change the purse the day of the fight. He would come to the arena. He would look at the arena. Oh, this is packed out. I'm the A side. I brought all these people here. I'm not fighting. I'm not going to fight until y'all up my purse right now. We talking about Sugar Ray Robinson.
I saw that in the documentary. Well, he wasn't going to fight. That's a fact. But what about when Roy Jones just told Bernard Hopkins 60-40. Now I tell you, I mean,
60-40.
yeah,
But
yeah,
no,
that's
wait, hold on, I gotta counterpunch you. You're talking about Roy Jones Jr., Bernard Hopkins. For one, he already had beat Bernard.
You just saying it's A and B side. It's A and B side though.
Right,
I understand that, but see, here's the thing: he already beat Bernard Hopkins.
But
he
it's still
beat
A and
him
B side.
Right, but you said that Floyd introduced the A and B side. That's not the case. That happened before Floyd.
We started hearing about that in our era.
No, I stopped. Been hearing about that.
Well,
Lennox Lewis, Riddick both was A side, B side issues.
Well, I understand that. Well, what I'm saying is Floyd stressed it more than anybody.
Floyd maximized it.
Yeah, he stressed it more than
he took it to another level.
Yeah, right. So
he took it to another level.
He was the pinnacle of the A side, B side. So he was the guy that actually, like you said, stressed it. So he was the one that made all this happen. Hey, you do it this way, my way or no way. So you can't. If you're gonna fault Joshua, you gotta fault everybody down the road. That's what I'm saying.
We can't. You know why? Here's why. Because everybody today's time. See, this is what I'm saying. It's just a case of the man holding the belt. It has nothing to do with the belt. It's the man holding the belt. So right now, you don't hear no A side, B side talk with Joshua and Fury. Right now, Joshua's not putting up no fight to have the fight in the UK. Right now, you're not hearing Anthony Joshua putting up no restraints, and Tyson Fury is with BT, and they dealing with Frank Warren. So they dealing with not two.
Come on, man. Hold on. Right now.
No. But so then why are they discussing this fight this big? Leave it alone. At all? No, at all. No, overall.
Who are you referring to? Who you
no, overall, if they can't fight, where they gonna fight? In Saudi Arabia, it's only 40%.
Okay.
In the states, they're gonna have the biggest fight in the UK history at Dallas.
Right,
Texas? No, I doubt they're gonna do that.
Ruled out. We're not doing it in Dallas. We definitely.
Right, the mayor of London. The mayor of London.
The mayor of London in general.
The mayor of London said if we can go for a July date, July 24th onwards, we can. He will try and pull some strings that we can get 100,000 capacity.
Okay, and then Frank Warren came out today and he said, "I hope somebody outbids the UK so we can have the fight outside the UK."
Yeah.
Well, hold on, Blue. I think the problem is with Frank. I honestly don't think they want the fight right now. I don't think
they don't because they want to maximize
money as possible.
Yeah,
money as possible.
What Frank also said.
But check this out though. Right. So now we got to look at it from this standpoint. So this is what we're not hearing no complaints coming from Joshua. Eddie Hearn is full steam ahead trying to make this fight. When it came to Deontay Wilder, he wasn't full steam ahead.
Yeah, but it's too. But you can't.
Did we see Eddie Hearn? Eddie Hearn is scrambling right now, my peoples. Eddie Hearn is scrambling in a pandemic to try to make this fight happen.
Yeah, but
it wasn't no pandemic, and he wasn't going this hard to try to make the Wilder fight.
That's a fact.
You don't think it has anything to do with both of them British fighters?
That's what I'm saying, because it's a win-win for him. If he if Anthony Joshua don't win, he still wins because he delivered the biggest fight in UK history. Right? So he wins either way. He's a legend either way. But that's what lets us know. But that's what lets us know they was dragging their feet with Deontay Wilder. Because now you gotta look at it. The
and he got a rematch clause. And he got a rematch clause.
Right. Well, and he got a rematch clause. Hold on. And on top of that, didn't he tell the world? He told me personally that he wouldn't negotiate with Deontay Wilder until after Anthony Joshua's fight was over. Now he had a 2-fight deal in place with Tyson Fury before he even fought Kubrat Pulev. What happened to you can't negotiate?
I mean,
before Joshua fight.
The same shit happened for Tyson Fury. He was still in negotiations or trying to find a date with Deontay Wilder, and he did that shit.
But that's what I'm saying. But Deontay Wilder never had an issue. But he never had an issue with not negotiating because this fight is in front of me. Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn had an issue with negotiating with Deontay Wilder because we had a mandatory that we had to address.
Well, you have to understand too when Povetkin, when he fought Povetkin in Wembley, you know Shelley Finkel and Eddie Hearn was still under negotiation. They just couldn't get together or whatever. They hated each other. I get it. And
because he lied.
Eddie Hearn don't care for Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder can't stand Eddie Hearn. You know that.
Right. And remember, That's because what happened? Deontay Wilder called Anthony Joshua. He said, "Brother, we can make $100+ million for this fight, brother." Anthony Joshua asked Deontay Wilder, "Show me proof." Deontay Wilder showed him proof, and then Anthony Joshua went and took that back to Eddie Hearn.
Yeah,
that's where the dislike comes from with Eddie Hearn and Deontay Wilder, because he feel like Deontay Wilder was trying to cut him out.
Well, he went directly to Eddie Hearn with an email.
No, but I'm saying Deontay Wilder initially had reached